So Chicago, live and direct. It's the Rico No Suave Show, starring Rico No Suave, with co-host Valerie Malesio, featuring special guests every Saturday. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is Rico No Suave. Ritmo.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the show. Your boy Rico No Suave here on a 1-2, ready to get back with each and every one of you guys. Welcome back. Bienvenido otra vez, mi gente. Ya tú sabes, hoy es sábado. Man, it's like, man, it's in Julio, right? In Julio, man. Wow, we're back in July already. Can summer go slower? That's all I gotta ask you. Can summer go slower? Ya tú sabes, mi gente. Man, I am so happy that you guys are here with us, and I want to give a big shout out to everybody that tuned in. Curtis Blow, and I want you to know that these are the breaks. He was on the show last Monday. Thank you guys so much for everybody that actually tuned in to the show as well. I appreciate you guys so much. Much love to each and every one of you guys. So you already know we got a lot of great episodes coming up. And I want you guys to make sure that you tune in for the future. But you already know who's going to be alongside of me on those episodes. My co-host, Valerie Malesio. What's up, Valerie?
Hey, feliz sábado, mi gente.
Yes.
It truly is a beautiful day outside today. And I have to co-sign what you said because it does seem like summer is just zooming by.
I know.
You know, can we get an extra month?
Right.
You know, just one more month. And I would think we'd be okay with that.
We need an extra month of summer.
Man.
Yeah.
So
forget September. October.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's just going by way too fast.
Right.
We're already gearing up for, it's 4th of July weekend. Yes.
Exactly.
I know everybody's planning all the barbecues.
Yeah.
And, the firework outings. Make sure everybody stays safe.
Yes.
You got big plans for 4th of July?
I can't say what I'm going to cook for my mom because, my mom's up there 83, 84 years old. So I'm making memories happen for moms right now. So I'm going to do something nice and special for moms. And, of course, my brothers and sisters, my siblings as well, too, that's there. So it's going to be good. It's going to be a good 4th. So I'll be over there, being a kid, lighting off M80s and stuff like that.
Oh, God, the M80s.
It won't be in my head.
Okay, so everybody with dogs in the area, please be prepared. I'm going to do a family 4th of July as well. So
good.
I just want to kick off the show with that. Happy 4th of July to everybody.
Yes.
Make sure you stay safe.
Happy 4th of July. Sorry. All right, let's get down to this breaking news. Everybody, this breaking news, I think you guys are going to like this because if you watch the show, you're going to be happy about this as well.
Excited.
All right, let's run this breaking news. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's your boy Rico No Suave here on a 1-2 radio. So we have none other than Maria Barlow, right? So Maria Barlow was on my show maybe a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
And it was a double header, right? It was a double header. And she was actually going for the attorney judge, right? She was going for Cook County judge, right? She is an attorney, right? An excellent, I should say an excellent attorney. Right. And she came on and she was giving us as far as the reason why she should be the judge for Cook County as well, too. Well, the elections is over and she won.
Yes.
And she is a Cook County judge, everybody. So I want to say big shout out to Maria Barlow that you actually made it happen for yourself.
Absolutely.
And all of the vibes that we have from the Rico No Suave show and everybody that actually supported you we want to say congratulations.
Huge congratulations to you.
That's huge.
And if you guys missed the show, go back and watch the show.
Yeah.
If you want to learn a little bit more about her, because I unfortunately was not able to come in. My daughter wasn't feeling well, but I tuned in and watched the show, and you guys, I'm so happy at the results of this.
Yes.
Because we do need somebody like her. She's
Yes.
very down to earth,
Yes.
very realistic about what's going on
Yes.
in the courtrooms, and looking for ways to resolve situations
Yes.
rather than, hinder them is
Right.
what we really need. So big congratulations
Big
to you. Maria.
congratulations. So now what we're going to do is we have one of our, I got to give big shout out as far as to our, to Jaden Wilson. She actually put this, she's actually one of our engineers that's with us. And I give big shout out to her because she put this highlight reel together.
Hey,
for
Jaden.
her.
Woo!
So that was big. That's a big shout out. I really love that, right? And, it's all about encouragement, but she did a very good job. And we're definitely going to play this highlight reel in regards to that. All right, so let's get this highlight reel going. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's your boy Rico No Suave here on a 1-2-1-2, ready to go. She's an attorney. She's beautiful. She talks to a lot of people. I know she does. And she's also she's a candidate for a Cook County judge. Her name is the beautiful Maria Barlow. Let's go. How are you, love?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am good. Good to have you.
Thank you
Good
for
to
having
have you. What type of attorney are you, and how did you become an attorney?
Excellent. I'm an excellent attorney.
You are an excellent attorney.
For me, it's always important for them to understand, regardless of how this relationship separates, you still have to take care of the kid. This is the common thing that you all love and you want to still be around. When you bring this level of thinking to the bench, that's the first step towards change. Because even though everybody's, these things are going on, this carjack, of course we all are living through this. We're all terrified. I live south. Of course we're scared.
Yeah.
But guess what? We've got to do something with these kids. They're 10 years old.
You are not just starting from the bottom. Now we're here because when you get there, it's when you get elected. When everybody go ahead and punch that 191 for you. So
Yes.
we are here for you, and we thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you.
Give it up, everybody! Yes. You gotta show them. You gotta show them your shirt. You gotta show them your shirt. You gotta show
Got
them.
it.
That's what it's all about, darling. Yes, yes.
Yes. I love that. That was such a great reel.
Yeah.
I hope you guys sent her a copy of it so she can sit there and air it, when she celebrates her parties for the election as well.
That's the first thing I did when I finally got it, because also Mariela was on there as well too. But we want to say congratulations to Maria. Hey, congratulations.
Congratulations.
To you. We can't wait to see the great things you're going to be doing out here for families. And also for everyone that you're judging, right?
Right. Change is on the
horizon.
horizon. And that's one of the main things that I really loved about her
Yeah.
when she was on the show. And you did a great job of, asking the right questions to bring that out.
Yeah.
And what she had to say. Her first response was, what kind of attorney are you? I'm an excellent attorney.
I love that.
I love that.
Yeah,
you can't go wrong with that kind of confidence.
she definitely came in on me.
Yeah,
on that
I
one.
love
like
that. I love
All right,
that.
everybody, we got to introduce this gentleman here, man. I've been waiting forever for this guy to come on my show in a good way. Because my man, I looked at all of his videos. I ain't gonna lie, I had a playlist going on, man. And when I had this playlist going on, I was like, man, I'm just vibing with the music. This gentleman here, he's a singer, he's a songwriter, he is a producer. He is the owner of Lester Rey Music. Ya tu sabes, mi gente. This gentleman here is unique, has a very great style about himself, because being different is only good for people to basically recognize you even more in a positive way. And that's why we love him on my show today. I want you guys to stand up, put your mouth like this if you want to. Put my man, hey, I need you guys, if you love great music in general, I want you to put your headphones on, because you're about to listen to my man.
Yes.
His name is Lester Rey. Let's go! Yeah. How are you, man?
I'm good.
Man.
I'm happy to be on the show, man.
Man, it's good to see you, man. It's good.
Can
to
we go
see
back
you.
to his picture? We like kind of skipped by that pretty quickly. That is such a great photo.
Come on. Style.
That is just a
friend,
great
Christina.
photo.
Amazing photographer, Christina Rodriguez, K-Rod, shot that.
Yeah.
In Pilsen.
In
Mark
Pilsen.
Allen. Yeah, she's an amazing photographer.
I
Yes,
love
sir.
that.
Big shout out. Big shout out.
All right, we can go back to him now. I just wanted to capture that photo. I'm like, wow, that was just great. I mean, the color schemes, everything on there.
Yes,
Just super
yes.
nice.
So, we got a lot to talk about, right? We got a lot to talk about, but I definitely want to, understand as far as, why did you get into the music industry?
Man, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like it chooses you.
Right.
Because I've been in school, I've been studying different things, trying out what I wanted to do. But as a kid, music was just always there.
Yeah.
But the music industry is very different.
Yes.
So like playing an instrument as a kid is one thing.
Yeah.
But deciding that, okay, I'm going to tour, I'm going to package the music and distribute the music and market the music, make videos for all of that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like, it's a different step.
It's a whole other beast.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm getting into business.
Yeah.
And I basically, once I graduated from NIU with my bachelor's, I was deciding whether I wanted to go get my master's or really pursue this music thing, like, for sure, hard. And so what I did both.
I like that.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
So while I was doing my master's program, I started going on my first tour, started packaging the brand that is like Lester Rey, the music and all that stuff. And when I made that decision, when I graduated my master's, at that point I knew, okay, this is nice to have, but I'm gonna go all in music now.
Yeah.
That
Having
is amazing.
Having that stance of finishing your master's was a big foundation for you, right?
Yeah.
Because then you talk about music. Well, you need, as far as that foundation of a master, knowing that when you step on that red carpet, people know that Lester Rey is an intelligent guy.
Well, it's not just that. It's just that a lot of times I feel like when you're in a position, he felt like he was at a fork in the road. Well, why did, and I love the decision you made because that tells people you don't have to choose one or the other. You can do both.
Oh, of course.
There's nothing about music that's lacking education.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that killed that misconception right there.
Yeah.
So congratulations on graduating.
Yes, sir.
That's
It was
a big accomplishment.
Not easy at all to write 10-page papers on a weekly basis.
Right.
Yeah.
And be on the road.
And tired.
So that, I think, that kind of grit prepared me for the music, like to go all in, because at that point I'm like, okay, I've already done decent while doing both. Now I put all my chips towards this direction.
Yes, sir.
Now I can go even crazier.
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
That's pretty much what I've been doing the last few years, since like 2016, 2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's hot. I like that.
So growing up, you mentioned instruments. Did you play an instrument growing up? How were you introduced to music?
I played these.
Yes, so.
At the age of 5.
Bongo.
I was playing bongo, congas. I went to this Pentecostal church as a kid. So my grandparents are pastors. And the church band was always super lit, really high energy. And I just wanted to be part of the band. I think when you're in church, it's the thing that calls your attention the most.
Absolutely.
It's this high energy section. And so I went on the stage, and they gave me like a child-sized conga at the age of 5, and I would just play with them. Nobody really taught me how to play congas. But I was playing along with them, but there was no mic either. So I just thought, I was like, oh, cool, I'm jamming with the band.
Right. That's me. That's me.
And like for 5 more years, basically, then I finally got a mic on the congas. I basically was self-taught, and then picked up timbales, drums, and I learned a little bit of piano as well.
So it's always been percussion, and then you said you
percussion.
went to piano.
Yeah. So it's always been all percussion. All of it's been percussion.
Yeah.
And as I got older, then I started doing band. I stayed in percussion, so I went from Latin percussion in church to like orchestral percussion in school, like in sixth
Okay.
grade, seventh grade.
Yeah.
And then starting my own bands, like in high school, like rock, hip hop.
This is the stuff I
fusion
love.
bands.
Okay. So you had a
Like-
band in high school.
Yeah, like with
What
my little
was the
sister.
name of it?
Wow, I don't even remember.
Jesus, I knew that was coming, bro. I knew that was coming. I'm like,
names
as
are
soon
so
as he asked that question,
We always ask DJ names,
Yeah, I knew
nicknames,
that
the
was
band
coming.
names.
I
like-
had so many stage names. That I remember.
Your
Because
stage
I
names?
used to like change my stage name because I was the rapper in the band.
okay.
So I would play piano or rap. And my
Okay.
little sister, she was the lead singer.
Woo, go
Okay.
little sister.
And we just did like this duo thing for like a good couple years in high school. But we were still also in church, so it was very much like what's like K-Love's like brand. It's positive, uplifting.
Of course, inspirational.
Inspirational.
Yeah.
That's
kind of
great.
music. Yeah. She loved to write stuff like that, and I loved to compose music around that. So those were my beginnings before I got into more like, at 16, 17, I got into production.
Okay.
Okay.
So now I start making reggaeton beats, now I'm starting
Yeah.
to make hip-hop beats, trap beats,
Yeah.
and now we're moving in a different direction.
Yeah.
Like into like my older high school years, into like early college years. And that's where I developed like my own identity and sound. And it took me a while I was in like all reggaeton and hip hop. It took me a while to realize that I wanted to go back to my roots, which
Yeah.
was this Latin percussion that I
Yeah.
was doing as a kid.
Yeah.
So then in college I joined the Latin jazz ensemble.
Ooh,
Okay.
nice.
I started singing salsa in college.
Yeah.
And that really brought me back to like Boogaloo, Cha Cha Cha,
Yeah.
and all that like sultry, beautiful like music. And
Caribeña,
with
right.
all that
Yeah.
Caribe stuff. So with the skills of like producing reggaeton or trap or hip hop, and then like the ability to play all the Latin percussion, I started to like bring those two worlds together.
Yeah.
In my 20s.
That's hot, man.
Wow,
Hey, man, big
I love
shout out.
that.
You know, I love that. Because music, you already know, it takes you to a different place. And, you know, the reason why I was talking about the education piece with the master piece, because sometimes the business behind it, it's not there, right? And intelligence
Well, a lot of the times
it,
it's
it's not
not.
there,
Yeah.
right? To be able to have that, because sometimes you don't have people like yourself that actually finish the school, right? But also learn it from street style, like as well as, I need to actually learn it from, you know, someone like Jay-Z or something like that, where you actually learn from an entrepreneur that's already doing it,
Yeah.
right? But you actually went through school and actually got your master's and actually moved forward from there, and then broke off and was like, hey, you know what? Let's
Yeah.
get this music, let's get this production going.
Yeah,
you know?
like honestly, never knocking schools. I definitely think both paths are best, whether you choose business or
Yep.
you choose education.
Yep.
Right.
I think both paths are honest livings.
Yep.
But I will say that when I realized that, you know, people go to school, they're like, oh, if I do accounting, I can make about 50 to 70K a year. If I
Sure.
choose a higher administration, this is the cap. And then, you know, my dad's a businessman, and he stopped going to school at 8th grade to take care of his family back in New York.
Wow.
And
Wow.
he's seen a lot of success.
Yes.
Obviously, every year is a little different.
Sure.
But it's been tremendous success that even got me through school and my little sister as well and all of
Yes.
that. So,
Big shout out to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big shout out to Papa.
but I
Yeah.
realized the
That's
biggest
super
thing that
inspirational.
education taught me
Yes.
was to do the work and research.
Yes.
So like whatever career, so the master's degree I have is in higher education, so like running departments at universities. And I'm not doing that right now, but I'm applying a lot of that, like go out there, do the research, figure it out, start your own program, start your own initiative on a college campus, like build something new at a college campus, and I'm doing that in my music career. So it's like I'm doing the research.
Yeah.
You can apply skills in a lot of different areas.
Oh, man.
And always
That's for
interchangeable. And I think a lot of what you know, to Rico's point, was just staying in college in general, just the atmosphere, keeping your mind on the learning process
Right.
is a lot of the battle too, because
Yeah.
it just keeps you sharp learning how to learn is a
Yes.
process as well. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
So when you've been out of school for a while and then you have to go and learn something, you have to kind of switch gears in your mind to learn how to do things.
Yeah.
So regardless of what the major is, it's still shaping you as a person, and it sounds like it really did help you out a lot in your career.
Yeah, if you're writing papers every week, then doing a Google Doc real quick so you could send a set list to your bandmates and reading through a contract real quick before you sign something for a distribution deal. It's a
Right.
lot faster and
It's a
easier to get to as opposed to like, oh man, I have to read all this again. If you just keep yourself sharp,
You know what you're looking for.
you push, you can push through.
That's awesome, man. We got a few shout outs that we want to give out to some people that's actually checking in as far as with us. 'Cause
Yes.
they're loving the style. So we got Rhonda Stramel that's checking in from Texas.
Rhonda.
What's up, Rhonda? Thank you so much for checking in with us. We got Moises Garcia. What's
Moises.
up, Moises? The veterans in the house, man. Big shout out to you.
Yes.
And doing your services for our country. Thank you so much. We got Beatrice Davis checking in as well, too. What's up, Beatrice Davis?
Hey, B.
I think Primo Cruz is checking in with us as well, too. Primo is checking in. What's up, Primo Cruz?
Are you hiding again? We don't have a name up there.
I know. I think it is Primo. But Chef Enrique Cruz. No, I'm sorry. Chef Enrico Cortez. Papa. Thank
Yes.
you so much for everything that you're doing. He said he wants those sunglasses.
He wants your glasses. They're cool, huh? I like them too.
Yeah,
They're nice.
my man Victor Vasquez is checking in. How are you? Saludo, Papa. Saludo. We got Patrick Chula checking in as well, too. What's up, Patrick
Patty.
Chula? And John T for free checking
John
in.
T.
Yes. Anybody else that's checking in, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to ask questions. My man is here, and I want you guys to ask questions. If you have them, make sure they're nice and not too personal. All right, yeah.
Don't just ask the questions. We'll be okay.
Right. Just ask the question. We'll be all right. All right. So before we take this commercial break, there is a style that you developed when you talked about identity, right? You talked about identity of, getting into the Caribe, and then all of a sudden you got into rock. Is it rock en español or just rock in English? Which one was it?
Honestly, it was just like the church instrumentation. So it sounded more like rock.
Oh,
We
I
had
see.
guitar and stuff
Yes,
like
sir.
that. But
Yes,
it was
sir.
just, if anything, more soulful.
More soulful, right? Yeah. Because you definitely have that soulful feel to you as far
It's
as
always been
with it.
R&B and soul for me. Like
Yes, sir.
even like the Christian music that I used to listen to back in the days, whether it was in Spanish or in English, it was a lot more R&B, soulful.
Sometimes you have to be careful because you be in church and you think you actually had that little soulful thing. You start doing some street dances. I seen a video where he's like, "Oh man, I almost lost myself in church." I'm like,
the spirit takes you. The spirit takes you.
the street spirit. Yeah. Lord,
I'm not
listen,
responsible
I don't
for where
mean
the
for you to
spirit
back
takes
that
you.
up like that. Yeah, don't back it up like that. Right? We in church.
Trying to twerk in church.
We trying to keep it clean, right? You got the elders and the minister looking.
Yeah. That brings up a good point. Did you feel any type of push and pull when you were trying to kind of pull away from Christian-based music to go secular?
Yeah, I've been feeling pushes and pulls with almost every song I drop. To be honest, I push myself to not always on purpose be controversial, but I always push myself to push the agenda.
Yeah.
In my own music. So when I was in church, I always put it like this: I'm not gonna paint doves and fishes and pictures of Jesus and the cross all the time. If I'm an artist, I need to expand that horizon.
Yes, sir.
And I did the same thing even in college. I felt like in college, I had a lot of people that wanted me to write only about social justice and betterment of the world. Very straightforward, on the nose.
Yeah.
Which is also beautiful music and has its place.
Yep.
But I did feel constrained also by you have to do it like this.
Yeah.
And same with party music. So when I get into more dance music and feel-good music, and I guess I just don't personally like feeling constraint even by my own talent. So I'd rather push it and keep pushing it. So I've always had this oh, why are you writing music about something that's not Christian, like even from my family.
Yeah,
Sure,
that's
sure.
what I expect too. Some
Yeah.
sort of like, what is your family like? How does the church respond?
Yeah.
You need to come
They
back.
stopped.
Like,
They stopped listening to my music. long time ago.
we will support him when he comes back to church.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like
Yeah.
I think that also as I'm pushing and discovering myself and identity is
sir.
I'm also finding fans or like-minded individuals that are attracted to this journey. So some people just sell a specific message or a brand. I'm more interested in, for lack of a better term, selling the journey.
Yeah.
I love
yeah.
that. Because it really is about the journey a lot of the times. And if you're
Yeah.
writing about your story as you're living it,
Yep.
Yeah.
that's definitely very inspirational.
Yeah, I mean, some of the most inspirational musicians definitely changed their sound as they went along
Yep.
their journey, whether it was like Johnny Cash or it was
Yeah,
like-
you can hear
just-
it
you
in
can
the
just-
different albums.
Yeah, and they're going through their own demons or they're going through happy moments or whatever it might be, but they're just, you're along for their journey.
Yeah.
Well, that is very honest. I mean, even in the dark, some of the darkest points too, and that type of journey when you have an artist that just puts it all out there. You do have some that play character,
Yeah.
and they stay in character for their
Yep.
For the whole-
journey.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
But I and not that music's
No,
bad.
James
Like you
Brown
said,
was
everybody's got a
James
place.
Brown was the king of funk.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly
He wasn't gonna
what it was.
ever like.
Move anyway.
Nah, I could have a bad day, but when I'm on stage, it's fun.
That's it.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
you know, yeah, everyone has a different way of doing it,
Right.
and that's just I like changing a lot, whether it's fashion, style, music. So I think that for me, it's more like you're along for the journey,
Yes.
more than just like one style of music.
I love
Yeah.
that.
I think a lot of it is, based off of, when I say unique, is that you could be unique by the way you sing, the way you play music, and the way you stay within, like you said, James Brown, into that funk,
Yeah.
right? You hear James Brown, you know it's him, right?
Yeah.
And Michael Jackson as well, too. Michael
Yeah.
Jackson was, every time you hear his voice was the same. He never really changed it. Right, unless you were like Queen. Like if you were Queen, like Queen is a different story.
Yeah.
Like Queen will flip on you, but you know it's Queen because he'll bring you back down in a minute, right? And I think when it comes to music and also being sacred and being in religion, you can see sometimes how the modernization of songs back in the day with Shirley Caesar, and then you start hearing how the Winans actually start getting up to par and making it sound almost like R&B. And you're like, man, I'm like, your voice still sounds the game, but the beat itself will make you want to dance. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, sometimes you have to be careful about the twerking, like you were saying. You have to be careful about that as well. So it's basically how you adapt with the music, right? You adapt with the beat. The beat is of course, the main key.
Yeah.
Because once you start the words, you tend to forget about the words because you're listening to the beat, but then all of a sudden you come back to the words like, oh, sorry, Lord. I should have never said that. I should never
Ask
did that.
James Brown. They couldn't understand half the time what he was saying, but the music was so good, no one really cared. You know what I mean?
And he started religious as well, and then
Yeah,
he went
he
to the
did.
secular route as
He
well.
did his own thing as well,
And
too.
so was Michael Jackson.
And so is Michael
Yeah,
Jackson.
so I mean, a lot of the church music is a lot of roots.
A lot of churches
then-
develop that really well because they have the bands, they have all the equipment, and so I feel like many homies that I know like started in church, maybe sometimes still play for churches. I think when it gets to like the rules and all the
You get older.
Yeah, they get older and they're like, everyone's getting older. So the
Yeah.
pastor's getting older. So his ideas are still becoming more and more and more dated with the
Right.
times.
Yeah.
Right.
And the young kid is just like, I'm done.
All right, everybody, we got to take a quick commercial break. You already know my man Lester Rey is here. LA Rey, I love to say that. LA Rey is here with us, everybody. So we'll be
Yes.
back right after these messages.
Cars will break down, and when they do, it's too late. If your car is out of warranty, it leaves you with two choices: get stuck paying for expensive repairs, or one phone call to CarShield. Their administrators pay for your covered repairs so you don't have to. Your coverage includes roadside assistance, towing, rental, and so much more. Plus, with their nationwide network, you choose the mechanic or dealer. Best of all, There's coverage for every wallet size. Make the smart call before it's too late. Call CarShield today.
Has your newborn child been diagnosed with necrotizing enterocolitis, NEC, after delivery? You may be entitled to compensation. NEC is a potentially serious medical condition generally seen in premature or underweight newborns, but can develop in any newborn within the first 2 weeks of being born. NEC, if not diagnosed and treated immediately, can rapidly progress from a treatable medical condition to a devastating infection that the baby's body is unable to fight.
Call 1-855-335-0410.
Welcome back to the right. Welcome back to the show.
We are back.
You already know my man Lester Rey. How you doing, Papa?
I'm good. I'm good.
You having a good time?
Yeah, this is a good time. This is a good time.
Me too, man. I'm having a good time, bro, because you know why? You're unique and we are too. And we and we ready to go. Everybody, don't forget, hey, so we got Beatrice. She said, I love the shirt.
I was just about
She
to
said,
say.
I love the shirt
And
the
the beard.
And
Oh,
the beard.
thank you. I just trimmed this down too. So.
Did you? So, you know, speaking of fashion, right? Let's talk about that because some of your videos, and we'll put up maybe a few of your pictures as well too. The fashion piece of that, you know, it really fits you. I'm not gonna lie, it fits you, and it fits. And you know, we're gonna play your video too. That was gonna be a surprise. We're gonna play the Juteo, right?
Oh, snap!
All right. Yeah, I like that video, right? And I love a lot of your videos. I mean, your videos as well. And it's the artist, the way you guys put things together in the video, but also your style. How did you come up with the style? Not just for the videos, but it seems like you are a walking fashion statement in a good way. Because you're an artist, right? And you portray yourself, and brand, right? And brand. That identity that I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
When did you actually start, you know, getting into the identity with
the mustache?
The mustache and your clothing and things like that? When did that start?
Yeah. Man, I could work backwards. So like, I recently cut my hair down. I used to have curly hair.
Okay.
Like not too long ago. And about every 3 weeks I bleach it and we get some crazy designs going and colors and stuff like that. So right now I just shaved off like a bunch of red and designs. It actually said Asota all over my head.
Nice.
Because that's my next single is coming out soon.
Okay.
So like
So this
little
is the
plug.
in-between phase right now?
Yeah, this is the in-between. This is I'm about to get, I don't know what. Honestly, I just let my fiance do whatever she wants. She's the artist with the head.
Oh, nice.
She's a hair and makeup artist.
What's her name?
Inez.
Shout out to Inez.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she does hair and makeup for a bunch of amazing people in the city. She's even featured on like New York Fashion Week, like her makeup looks
Oh, right.
with
wow.
people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'm blessed to be working with such a dope artist.
Yes.
So she's into fashion, so that pushed me more into fashion because she was already doing editorial photo shoots and stuff like that. And she's like, "You've done all these music videos, you've done all these like looks. Are you the one dressing up all the people in the video? Are you the one dressing up the set?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, that's called set design, and that's called wardrobe styling."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, those are jobs. All right, cool. Yeah, I could wardrobe style and do set design for these photo shoots." And so I started more recently, like in the last 2 years, doing wardrobe styling and set design. So the most recent era, I think the fashion game has even gone to another level.
Yeah.
So like now I designed a trench coat like last year.
Yeah.
With a company called Moss.
Okay.
That's just starting off as well. So I'm really getting in more. I feel like fashion is just something that's just gonna keep progressing into my music career
so
more and more
creative.
and more.
Yeah.
But going backwards, I feel like, you know, I've done braids, I've done curly hair split, like one side one color, one side the other color.
Yeah.
That's just hair. The style of clothes has always been like me trying to piece what I think my music kind of sounds like
Okay.
into a visual. And so like I think it's caribeño, it's salsa, it's reggaeton, but it's R&B, it's house, it's footwork.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you grab all? That's a lot of like jumbo, like you know,
gumbo there.
yeah,
Right,
exactly.
right.
So I'm like, so my fashion changes a lot because you really can't put all of that in one day.
Of course.
So sometimes I've had homies tell me like, you look like a Puerto Rican Theo because I look real like old school, like I'm about to like just play congas or something at Humboldt Park or something like that. Then other times I'm looking like I
Get the Theo look going on.
yeah. But there's also like fashion icons in music, so like Kanye West or Pharrell.
Definitely for real.
Yeah. And
Do
so
you wear
like
the big hats too? And the shorts?
I've had the wide brim hats.
Yeah.
I've had the shorts. I feel like I've explored fashion. I've had before Bad Bunny did it, I had the really high red stilettos that I went on stage with. And skirts, long K-pop shirts. You name it, I've probably done it. I haven't gotten too much into kawaii just yet, but we'll see. I did wear a wig last
K-pop
Saturday.
is so huge right now.
I had a bob last Saturday for a wig, and I looked very 70s with like bell bottoms.
I love that.
Yeah. So like Tyler the Creator is another person that kind of just pushes his fashion in whatever direction he wants for his music videos.
Yeah.
And I really like that. To be honest, I feel like Tyler the Creator, for example, he'll pull like the 70s-esque 80s style, and then he'll rap some really hard lyrics, and I'm just the contrast of that is to me really dope because he's looking real shiny and like pretty.
Yeah.
I love that, and you're right. Like now, the fashion, like high fashion, combined with urban fashion, like in urban chic, and you know what I mean. Like it's all like blended and meshed and fused together.
Yeah, and
so there's like
streetwear and all that. Yeah,
it's like a lot of the stops have been pulled out. You know.
And music's the same way. So music is like there isn't really one genre. Most artists don't just do one genre. There are that still kind of exists, but
you can make a whole career on cameos.
Yeah.
And just cameo in people's
I mean, that's Snoop Dogg.
There's no there's no real rules.
Yeah, but there's like no more rules. It's definitely very, I'd say we live in that era like in the 80s where people were just trying weird things just to try it.
Yeah.
Like shades that have ridges on them or whatever. Like, it's fun. It's fun. So I've been doing this since I was a kid, putting ties on hoodies, trying weird things that didn't really work out. But this is like me exploring as a kid. And my parents giving me free range to kind of just dress myself and like. I
love that.
Just figure that out.
Well, I think when it comes to fashion, I'm an old school vintage 70s, 80s type, dress. Because when I go to secondhand stores, that's pretty much where I find all of my stuff. And I think that's the best, kind of look. If you look at the way we have our chairs, these chairs,
these chairs are funky.
School.
I love that.
So it's retro, right?
Very retro.
I really love, and I think it also goes with music such as house, such as 80s hip hop, R&B, even rock. You know what I mean? But you had that style, and you look at the videos. Like when you look at the videos, you see like, oh man.
Yeah.
Do we have some pictures that we can put up?
Yeah, we definitely have some pictures. Yeah. So we got a few pictures that we'll put up as far as with your style, right?
Okay.
That you allowed us to put up, right? So so let's put up a few photos. Yeah. So looking at, and we'll have you explain as far as. The photos itself. So
I'm a rising Gemini. I have this duality in almost everything I do. I can't just see one side of the coin. I like both sides of the coin. So this is I feel like a much more rugged, dark, like photo. I'm wearing a skirt though as well.
Yeah, I see that.
So it felt grime. It felt London to me. It felt it just felt like more mysterious.
I love that.
But it also felt hard. Like it felt, like you don't really know who's under this mask, but it's.
I like the no inhibition in this, like pulling out all the stops. It's just there's no. You said you have the skirt on, the mask on, like you don't. It's everything.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you said, the dark side. Although there's I see some fun in there.
There's a lot of
There's
fun.
a lot of
in
fun.
there.
Like, you know what I mean? When you pull out all the stops, there's just fun and everything.
Yeah.
It's a great
Yeah.
photo.
Let's do a couple more pictures. Let's see another one. What else you got there, John? Yeah. So when I saw this photo, right? I'm like, J Balvin.
Yeah, I've gotten that more recently because of the hair.
Yeah, because of the hair.
Yeah.
But of course, your style, as far as the way you're looking, I looked at J Balvin, and if I'm not mistaken, I saw one of his poses, and I'm like, that looks like J Balvin. But then, of course, when I start looking at the handwork, the handwork was almost as if you wanted to pray, as far as with the handwork there. But of course, it was just halfway. So tell us about this photo.
So the last two photos so far have been shot by my homie Trey.
Okay.
Shout out to Trey.
At Trey
Shout out.
Legit is his IG.
Okay.
Amazing photographer. I love the way he edits. He was the one kind of guiding me into my poses, kind of helping me find my light. Inez styled me for this one.
Nice.
And definitely I feel like the fit for this is more from the thrift.
Yes.
We just went thrifting for this and we found some like really dope pieces.
Yes.
And she had recently colored my hair. This is like one of my favorite hair colors. Like it's a
Nice.
bunch of different colors, different like swirls just kind of coming in and out.
Yes.
Reds, orange, greens, purple. But this one to me has become the staple image, like the main image of this season, if anything.
Okay.
Or at least spring season. Like when I went to South by Southwest and I did a show, this was the image that I wanted like everybody to see.
Okay.
This was the image that I wanted people to
I can see
take
that.
in.
Yeah.
It felt like around March, April, May. This was just the color even. I don't know
It's
why.
a great picture.
It is.
And
Thank you.
it tells me the you're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
forward thinking.
How did I put it? It was wintertime. Not this picture, but like wintertime had gone by. I just had a baby as well. So like I had been kind of quiet in the music scene. So this was like, I'm going to South by Southwest.
I'm ready.
I'm taking over the summer.
Yeah.
I'm back.
And see, that's
Like-
the vibe I get from that. The look, the hand movement, just, okay, it's time to get to business. I'm ready.
Yeah.
And the whole sun in the background, he said,
Yeah,
finding
it was-
your light. That's exactly what this picture says to me.
Yeah.
Like, that's a great way to express it.
Yeah.
I like this picture because also it looks like you're getting ready for a concert. Like in the back end, you're looking like, get ready. You know how they put people on big screens and be like,
that's
get
right.
ready, right? Exactly, right. Like you get ready like this. So I'm like, it definitely looks like you're ready. All right. So before we take another commercial break, let's put up one more photo. Right, one more photo. What you got there, John? Yeah.
That's what's
yeah,
fun.
that's funky, bro.
this.
That's funky. I like that.
Yeah.
That's hot. I like that one.
The
Especially with
Bruno
mustache.
Mars hair.
Yeah. What's
I
that
love
called?
that.
What's his name too? The Brazilian cat. I got it at tip of my tongue, but once I find out who it is, it's he's from Brazil, but he's a singer as well.
This is fun,
R&B.
creative, and
Yeah.
funky. I like
That's
this.
exactly what this was. This is
Yeah.
shot by a friend of Inez. Her name's Erica.
Erica.
Erica with a 3 in the front instead of an E.
Okay.
If you were to look her up.
Yeah.
She shoots photography. So
Okay.
this was developed afterwards. And she did the set design where she created clouds and there's like more of a moonlight in the back. And then I dressed myself. I found this like interesting vintage shirt in Texas. Very Texas
That's hot.
shirt.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
And Inez wanted to put gems on my mustache.
That's
and
hot,
I was just
bro.
like, all right, let's do it. That's fine. Let's just try it. And then
That's
she also did my hair. So this one was more them going crazy, like having fun. I was just like, I'm the motto that y'all can do whatever y'all want.
Right. Just do what you feel.
Let's just have
I
fun.
love that.
It came out really cool, so I
Yes.
posted it. They shared it, posted it, and yeah, it's very different.
It's very throwback.
Yeah.
It's such a throwback, and it's got that vintage vibe to it. You could easily like put the background, just black and white it, and it would just look super
Oh,
cool.
wow,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I like the little boots on your shirt. Like, it's fun
Yeah.
and funky. Like, it's the vibe I get. Great job, Inez, styling.
Yeah.
Erica for the photo shoot. Good
All
job,
right, everybody, we're
ladies.
going to take another quick commercial break. You already know we got my man Lester Rey with my co-host Valerie Melesio. We rocking it out. Let's go.
Hey.
This is an important message for anyone drowning in credit card debt, struggling just to make minimum payments, or tired of the collection calls. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, personal loans, medical bills, or collection accounts, you may qualify for our Debt Restart program. Call right now to see if you qualify. This program is designed to help you get out of debt in as little as 24 to 48 months. Representatives are standing by to take your call. Don't wait. Call the number on your screen now.
I owe the IRS $10,000 in back taxes, and now I'm being threatened with wage garnishment.
The state says that I owe them back taxes, and now they're going to seize my property.
At the offices of Tax Alliance, we hear stories like these all the time of people just like you who are burdened with tax debt they just can't get away from. At Tax Alliance, we're not here to judge you, we're here to help you get a fresh start. Call Tax Alliance, your tax resolution solution, right now for a no-obligation consultation.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Welcome back to the show. You already know my man Lester Rey. LL Rey is here with us today, man. You still having a good time?
Yeah, I'm having a good time.
Man,
Yeah,
we having
yeah.
a good time with you, bro. I mean, it's like everything about fashion, man. It's key about that. And I have to say, those, Beatrice said, oh, that is hot. I got to give a big shout out to my man, Juan Pablo Lugo. Is actually tuning in. He says, such an amazing artist, performer. Keep doing your thing, fam. Yeah, love. Much
Very
love.
nice.
Thank you.
Yes. John T. for free. John T. for free said, man, why can't I take pictures like that? I love it.
I mean, I can help you out.
He's got a whole team
I
behind
have a
him.
whole team, yeah.
Yeah, Patty Escobar says, I see, I get Bad Bunny, Post Malone, Bruno Mars vibes all over the picture. She says she loves it. Yes, great job. Great job. Yes, thank you guys so much for continuing. If you have any more questions, please make sure you get them in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Because we're almost done for the show. So, when it comes to performing in front of an audience, it's times where you get nervous. And there's time when you just like, listen, man, who's ever in the audience, they about to feel my rap, right? The biggest audience that you ever performed for, how big was that and what was it like?
Biggest audience. It's funny, the bigger the audience, the less nerves I feel.
Love it.
I don't know why. The smaller the audience, the more nerves I feel.
Yeah.
So I was performing just for 3 or 4 people. I'm like, man, like,
They're all up in my
I don't want to
face.
just go on Spotify and just check it out.
They're hearing everything right now.
But they're gonna see. They're like, I'm connected because I'm seeing the people in the audience. But if it's a sea of people, it's easier to kind of just not see so many people.
Yeah.
Right.
But if it's less people, you're looking right at them.
Yeah. Stop looking at me.
Yeah. And I'm here trying not to forget my lyrics. But
You're not here
the
right
largest crowd I performed for.
Well, just one of them. That you think that was bigger.
Yeah.
You think it was really
So
big.
there was a party in Chicago that I truly enjoyed. It was called Cumbia Sasso. It's no longer in Chicago anymore.
Okay.
This was 2016, 2018. They had been around before 2016 as well, but this is when I started finding out about this party.
Sure.
They had about 1,000. It was my first time performing for a large crowd.
Where was
Like,
this at?
Double Door. Double Door
Double Door.
also no
Yeah,
longer
of
I remember
course.
Double
also
Door.
no longer exists.
Yeah.
That was a spot, man.
Yeah, that was
It
a
was.
great
I'm
spot
showing
for
my age
concerts.
right now. And still to catch me up at Double Door.
I mean, same. But Double Door was a great venue.
Yeah.
They had really big acts there in the past.
Yeah, they did.
And I just barely started my career in 2016. So to have been on that stage I think it was 2016, like November or so, 2016. And there was a monthly party. They always brought about 1,000 people. and I've always wanted to sing on that stage. And when I got the opportunity to, and I saw 1,000 people, I was like, all right, this is it. This time. I wasn't as I was nervous going up the stairs, getting on stage, but when I saw the people, there's lots of lights in my face and stuff like
all
that.
those lights on the stage.
Yeah, there's a lot more lights. It's not like I saw anyone's eyes per se, but when I saw the sea of people, I was just like, dope. This is it. This is what I've been wanting to do.
Yes.
It's time to deliver.
Yes,
Like
sir.
I was like, just like you said, it's time for them to feel my wrath. It's time
Yes,
to go
sir.
to war. It's time for me to like put out everything that I've been working towards
Yes.
at this very moment.
Yes.
Wow.
And I've been carrying that energy with me for so many shows. So like festivals, obviously I have more than 1,000 people there, thousands.
Yeah.
So I've done festivals. I headlined Latinx Fest in Navy Pier.
Yeah.
That was also a momentous moment for me to be considered a headliner at a Latino festival here in Chicago.
Yeah.
So I was just honored. Once I was like, all right, I'm a headliner in a Chicago Latin festival. Now it's time to go to New York, Austin, LA. So now I've been focusing on shows outside of Chicago just to kind of just spread the message.
Yes, sir.
I just went to Berlin a couple weeks
I
ago.
was just about to ask you about that. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I'd never ever been to Europe, so that was my first time actually crossing the Atlantic. And first stop was Berlin, first and last stop. I didn't really see any other cities in Europe, but I went, planted some seeds, and I'm going back in September, October, so that we can connect from Berlin to like Vienna, Amsterdam, so we can start growing out in Europe.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited. Like I've been to Mexico City most recently last year. Never did too much on the West Coast until last year when I went to LA.
Yeah.
So I've just been more focused on just really expanding the skill set that I've really created here in Chicago.
Yeah.
Just everywhere. Puerto Rico, all of that.
You know, I mean, the cool thing about it is that knowing that you have the identity to be able to move from country to country, from state to state. And, we talk about, the music may change, but your style doesn't. Your style, as far as who you are, is going to be able to get onto that stage. Take a picture now because it's about to get hot, right? And then as soon as you're ready to get onto that stage and people start like going crazy, I think that's what keeps us motivated to listen to your music and your words behind that.
There's so much reach nowadays, especially with the access with social media. You have much more reach today than you did previously. So for you to get your music out to those countries, I mean, there's still barriers, but it's like you can see it.
It's
more
beautiful.
than people you couldn't see it before.
Yeah. And when you make that connection in human interaction, it's beautiful because like I can go to Berlin and someone could tell me, oh, I've heard of Lester Rey, or oh, I've heard your music before, and then they see the show, they're like, oh, I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah.
And that feeling is like, it's a good feeling. It's a really good feeling.
It's like you're convincing them.
Yeah.
It's like you're a salesman.
It's like, it's like, I've heard of Verizon, but I'm an AT&T guy, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, Verizon signals like that.
He could just walk around with the music and be like, just listen.
Now, it is hard to, there's so much saturation in music.
Yeah.
And so I do think that online marketing is great, and there's always these new ways of doing things, and the most inventive person sometimes is the most poppin' person on the internet. Yeah. But I feel like I'm still old school in the sense of like I love to perform. I've always been a performer since I was a kid. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, I'm down to do the fun videos and all that stuff.
Nothing is better than a live performance.
But a live show is what...
The energy in the room is just unmatchable.
And controlling the crowd.
Yeah, last Saturday I had, I can't say it's the biggest show, but Penny Whistle was a venue here in Pilsen, in Chicago. And last Saturday I had a show there that I put together myself, brought my homie, my producer from Texas to DJ. And we had the line all the way to the corner of the street, and I had never had a line like that before. Yeah. And I was just like, oh wow, the pandemic's over. Nah, like it was just like wild
That's
to see
wild.
that many people come through. Penny Whistle was just packed. It's not the biggest bar, but it's like a Shuba's, like a Meat Kitchen. Like it's bar on one side, a venue on the other side. And honestly, it's a blessing to be able to do that. But I remember saying on stage that I was trying to get people to pre-save the new songs about to come out.
Sure.
That's really important that people in Chicago, for example, pre-save this song because the algorithm picks up that Chicagoans are pre-saving this song, and then it comes out on their playlist in Chicago, and then it comes out on Chicago playlist.
Yeah.
And then Chicago as a city starts to become more noticeable for having Latin artists.
Of course.
And that's something
Those
that
gems.
I feel like I've always struggled with in Chicago
Yep.
is being a Latin artist in this city.
Yep.
Where we are all here. There's way more than
There's a
just
lot of
me.
them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So and we work together, and we all know who we are. We all know each other, but the world doesn't.
That's right.
And I could headline a festival that's Latino in Chicago, and that could be something special for me.
Yeah.
But the mission is to like get that like outreach to the world.
Yeah.
And not even on a personal level, just the city. I just feel like it's a big city. We have a lot of talent. We have a lot of focus on rock and hip hop, and we have a huge Latino population.
We do.
A huge Spanish-speaking population,
Yeah.
and it's always been one of my goals to kind of just bring that attention to Chicago.
I'm excited to hear your music.
Well, speaking of that, as we get into our video, right?
Yes.
So our video,
Juqueteo.
Juqueteo. I don't want to say juke, but yeah, Juqueteo. Is that how you say
Yeah,
it?
Juqueteo.
Huh?
Juqueteo.
Yeah. So there's a video that we want to show you guys, of course, and this actually is rated as far as 47,000 views on YouTube now.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
You didn't know that? Yeah, 47,000
Very nice.
views on YouTube, and thank you so much for your music, man. But we about to play this, and I want you guys to let us know what you guys think of it. All right, here we go.
Lester Rey. Dale un doctor. No dejes que tu mente se hunda. Mejor vete. Busca una sandunga. Estos sandungueos. Estos chuqueteos. Esto pa' tu cuerpo. Mata pensamientos feos. Estos sandungueos. Estos chuqueteos. Esto pa' tu cuerpo. Mata pensamientos feos. Desahógate en tu cuarto. Desahógate en la disco. Retumba, retumba tu alma. Tumba la cara larga. Desahógate en tu cuarto. Desahógate en la disco. Retumba, retumba tu alma. Tumba la cara larga. Vamos ahí, vamos ahí, vamos ahí. Vamos pa'l suelo, vamos pa'l suelo. En la oscuridad se ve la estrella. Completo, completo. Mueve esa cadera, muévelo. Bien lento, bien lento. To the floor. Ese culo to the floor. Ese culo to the floor. Y yo salpicando. No importa el crítico. Solo suelta tu dolor. A ti no te importa ni un carajo. No te importa mi opinión ni un carajo. No dejes que tu mente se hunda. Mejor vete. Busca una sandunga. Estos sandungueos. Estos chuqueteos. Esto pa' tu cuerpo. Mata pensamientos feos. Estos sandungueos. Estos chuqueteos. Esto pa' tu cuerpo. Mata pensamientos feos.
I love it.
I love it, man. Hey, I have to say that was just hot. I like the video.
You know, I love the combination of the island vibe in his fashion.
Yeah.
But with the urban background, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you could tell it's totally urban.
Yeah, it's
you know,
Chicago, it's Douglas
everything
Park.
about your fashion is island vibe. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
the fusion of both is awesome.
I have to say, man, if you guys gotta follow him, and we're gonna put up your social media, because your social media is where everybody needs to find out where you're at. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So let's put up his social media. So my man Lester Rey is all over the world, baby. So make sure you follow him. He's at Lester Rey Music on Instagram. Make sure you find him on Instagram. And here's the next one. Let's go to the next one. So we have him on Facebook, Lester Rey Music, on Facebook as well too. So make sure you follow him there as well. And then what else we have for him? We also have, oh yeah, you're on Twitter, right? On Twitter, Lester Rey Music on Twitter as well too. And I think we have a website for you. We think we have a website as well too. It's lesterray.com. So that's where you'll find a lot. And your website is the bomb, dude. I love the way your website is designed, and they can actually look at your videos and all of that stuff from there. So you'll be able to contact Lester Rey. So
is Lester Rey gonna have like a merchandise fashion line as well, or is that on the horizon?
That's definitely something that I've been trying to find the right partners for that. Because I could create something that's just Lester Rey merch, but I definitely want to do something that's a bit more unique than just merch, like a fashion line.
That's why I threw that out. I was like, well, I don't want to like downgrade you and just say merch.
No, merch is important. I think merch is important.
Yeah.
It's so fashion forward, though, you know. So
yeah, I think
interesting.
I'll still have merch. It's just so important. You need stickers. You need to be able to hand something to somebody so they can remember the moment. But definitely, if I had an online store with the merch, I feel like people don't necessarily go online just for stickers as much as like they care about that in person. But I would like to have like more of a fashion line.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to keep an eye out for that.
speaking of merch,
Hey.
that's for you, Papa. This is for you, man. Hey, I want to say, man, thank you so much for being on the show today, man. We had an awesome time with you. But this shirt means a lot to us, as it means a lot to you, going to you, because of all of, I would say, your milestones, your accolades, and everything that you have put, but also you being unique. Now, I know your shirt not going to look the same when you leave here today, because I know you're probably going to
He's going to do something to it.
There's going to be something that's going to be done to this shirt. But we want to give it to you in the foundation format, right? So you know exactly where it came from. But we want to say thank you so much for being a great artist. Thank you so much for being on the show. Continue to do well, man. Continue to do good things.
Thank you.
But we might see you on the red carpet one day. We might see you on the red carpet one day. So we will see you on the red carpet one day.
Absolutely. Put it out there.
Manifest that.
We will see you on the red
We're
carpet.
going to definitely see you on the red carpet, man. And also keep in contact with us, because we will see you again on the show in regards to everything that you're doing in the future.
Yeah.
So congratulations,
Thank you so
my
much.
man. Put your hands together. Lester Rey. Yeah, baby.
Thank
So,
you.
man, thank you so much for being on the show today. Man, you got a future, you have a song that's coming out in 14 days, you said?
Yeah, so July 15th, I'm dropping a song called Azota.
Sota.
It has, so Juquete was the name of the track that just played that had like the more old school like video vibe.
Yeah.
Juquete was titled that way to kind of kick off a genre, a vibe of like perreo and reggaeton mixed with like house and footwork.
Okay.
So the song sounds kind of Jersey club, like, which also comes from footwork.
Yeah.
And this next song called Azota carries that same energy.
Gotcha.
So I'm pushing this energy forward. We mentioned to Sai like that this is kind of a very popular style in Europe, or that it takes off in Europe pretty well.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that making this. So
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting to see when I went to Berlin that the clubs were playing like Afrobeat mixed with like Bad Bunny and El Alfa with Amapiano. And I'm like, yo, this is the future, yo. This is the future. So,
excuse me. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
that's where fusion is going now with music, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing it to food, right? So you know they're going to definitely do it with music, and it's just a different way of being unique and different way of just making people open up their ears to hear more. right, and different beats. But man, thank you so much for being on the show today, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Once again, put your hands together for our man, Lester Rey. Yes, and we'll see you next time, Papa. Okay?
Nos vemos.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, everybody, we're going to get out of here, but we got to put our social media up. We got to put our social media so they know what we're about, right? So, once again, everybody, it is www.thericonosuaveshow.com is where you'll find out all of our information, all of our photos, and all of that great stuff. And make sure you go ahead and continue to follow us there. Here is the next one. At Rico No Suave Show, boom. Yes, you already know this is what we do, everybody. This is where you follow us on our official account. So if you're new to our channel, if you're new to us, make sure you go ahead and follow us there at Rico No Suave Show. Here's the next one. Boom. Yes, you already know Rico No Suave Show. This is where you go and like.
Love.
All day, every day, what
all
she
day.
said. So make sure you go ahead and like us there on Facebook. All right, here's the next one. And all my YouTubers, yes, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yes, subscribe to our YouTube channel as we continue to grow. And then just watch our past videos. Just continue to view it. Yes. Last but not least, we have our mixcloud.com/Rico No Suave Show. Yes, make sure you go ahead and like us. It turns into a podcast, but we also have music out there as well, too. So make sure you go to our mixcloud.com/Rico No Suave Show, and that's where you will find more about us there. All right, everybody, coming up this Tuesday, we have none other than Jennifer Behrens. She's actually a Hollywood actress. She'll be here on the show at 6:30. Yes, and big shout out to my people from Venezuela, right? So she's a big-time actress, and she's going to tell us all about her journey as well, too, here on the Rico No Suave Show this Tuesday. All right, everybody, we'll see you guys next time as we end off the show just like this.